wasn't always crisp and pretty, but we found a way to win the game. I think you have to give South Carolina State credit. I thought their kids played hard. They showed up. Even when they got down, they continued to fight, and I think they'll be a pretty good team on their level. I really do. So, you know, we made a lot of mistakes, missed a lot of tackles, got sloppy, but we've got a lot of stuff to work on now. So, hopefully, you make the most improvement from game 1 to game 2, and that's what we need to do.
Coach, starting with the point after you're talking about mistakes, talking about the point after the touchdown, but what happened? Was that a block or was it a missed snap?
I think the guy dropped the snap. Holder dropped it, I think. That's what it looked like to me from the sidelines. I'll be able to tell you when I see it on tape.
How does this compare to last year?
I don't remember last year. I couldn't even tell you. I don't even remember who we played.
Jackson State.
What was the score?
37-17.
Yeah, probably compares about like that then.
What do you generally look for in the first game in a game like this?
Well, just being more crisp, playing faster on offense. It looked like we never really played fast. You know, offensively we were playing okay, just okay in the first half. I think we'd scored on the first 3 possessions, and then we lost our focus and turned the ball over. We fumbled the ball, which was just taking our eye off of it. And then we got hit in the chest with one trying to body catch, falling down and bounced up, and he gets an interception. It's actually one of the better balls he threw. So, you know, just kind of lost focus, and then we started messing around some in the second half, trying to do some other things that we can't do. So, you know, we just had to go back to basics there at the end.
Coach,
okay doing that. Yeah.
Sorry. On the fumble by Peebles, was that on the pitch or was that on the way he received it?
I think it was. He was probably looking downfield. It was a little bit low, and I think Joshua kind of double clutched him, and he didn't think he was going to pitch it. He just lack of focus on both. Not either one of their faults. It would help us if the guy inside would block somebody. Then there wouldn't have been anybody there anyway. So I mean, he's got to catch the pitch, but we've got to be able to cancel somebody with our inside guys.
Speaking inside, how serious is Cal's injury?
Will Jackson, you mean?
And Will, excuse me.
I don't think it's serious. He just didn't think he could come back. He didn't think it. The trainer told me he didn't think it was serious. We don't know about sprain.
Were they trying to keep the ball out of Anthony Allen's hands today?
I would think they took him on the option every play.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they did a pretty good job of that.
The rush
I
defense.
don't know how that worked for them, but they did a pretty good job of that.
On Joshua's 2 fourth down touchdowns, are both those reads by him in terms of keeping the ball, or is that a design call?
No, they're reads. It was just triple option plays. The first one we caught them in a different defense, and the second one we changed the blocking a little bit and cracked the safety.
Coach, what was your take on the defensive effort?
Oh, missed a ton of tackles. You know, the points, other than we didn't give up many big plays, so that was a positive. We just got to be able to get them off the field better. You know, I think in the first half there wasn't very many possessions. If we don't turn it over on the first play of 2 possessions, you're probably looking at 4 possessions in the half. I don't know, I didn't look at the thing. Time of possession for the game, they probably had the ball more than we did. But they kept them off the scoreboard, so that's a positive. Gave up the one big long run play, and just like on offense, I think we missed a lot of tackles. Go back and you know, you'd like to think they're going to get better each game as they, you know, get more experience.
Coach, you were trying a lot of different safety combinations throughout the game. What did you see that you liked for that position?
I don't know. I didn't see a whole lot of anything. You know, we'll look at the tape and see. Coop went out. I don't think he played in the second half. So, you know, we'll just have to take a look and see. I mean, they weren't really throwing the ball deep downfield. They were trying to run the ball themselves. I think they were trying to run the clock. They wanted to get out of here.
Because speaking of the running the clock, they did have a solid offensive line, and their running backs seemed pretty decent.
They're not a bad football team. I think they do a good job coaching. They got some good players, and you know, I think Buddy does a good job. I mean, they're very sound. they're gonna. You can see why they've won 20 games in the last 2 years.
David Cross's effort he put against Johnny Culver, pretty good offensive line.
Who?
Cross.
I think he made some plays. He got cut off some. I mean, till you watch the tape, it's hard for me to evaluate those guys in there. We lost contain on the pass rush several times. We had a couple of sacks. I guess I'm a cup half empty guy. I want it to be done right all the time. But he needs to be a good player for us. I think he's got a lot of ability.
How about Nesbitt's passing and Tevin's passing?
It's nice, wasn't it?
It didn't look comfortable from my view of this.
Yeah. Didn't look too good from my view either. So,
How important?
it is what it is.
How important was it to get Tevin and to get him some significant playing time in the second?
Oh, good. Yeah, I think it was real important. But Tevin was our quarterback all spring, so I mean, he's played. I think we've got confidence in Tevin. It was good to get his feet wet. I'm sure he's a little bit tight the first one with all the people there, but we've got confidence in him.
He got a little chippy there at times during the game. Were you a little surprised?
Who? Chippy.
Chippy.
Should have used some more of that effort in playing a little harder and not being so chippy.
Coach, one of the, I guess, positives for Nesbitt that he was able to get a couple touchdowns, get over 2,100 yards. Let's talk about his performance on the ground today.
Well, I thought Josh played okay. I mean, he played well. He didn't throw the ball particularly well. We didn't throw it a lot. He did have the one drop, and there was a pass interference on another throw. So, I mean, he had a couple that were offline, but we didn't throw it a bunch. I think what Joshua did is he did a good job running the offense. He got us in the right play for the most part. I don't know what he had rushing. He had to have over 100 yards, I guess.
130.
Yeah, a couple touchdowns. We'll take that. I said a long time ago, it don't matter how you get it. We got 41 points. I don't know that it would have been any better if we'd have got them all passing. Then we'd have been saying we couldn't run. So, this is 1.5 dozen the other.
Talk about Roddy Jones and the impact he had coming around the edge on the option.
Yeah, Roddy had a couple of nice runs. One, he was fortunate to be the guy who got the ball. On the goal line, he caught the toss. And on the pitch, Orwin Smith had a nice block, knocked the safety down. And, Roddy's got good speed. So,
Coach, what will you take out of this first game that you can apply next week when you guys go out to Kansas?
oh, I think there's a lot you can take out of it. I mean, I talked to the team afterwards. They understand. They're pretty subdued. I mean, they know. There's a fine line there. You only get to play 12 regular season games, and when you win 41-10, you got to be a little happy. I mean, it can't be just wow. But at the same time, I think that we know we can play better, and that's my job to point that out to them, and I did. And so we'll come back to go to work on Monday and see if we can get better. They know. I mean, they're not dumb. They'll watch the tape. They'll see. Some of those guys will be embarrassed.